Let's just get into the infinity symbol before we move on, because that's a really important one that people know. So just please describe what it is so people get the visual.
So the infinity symbol looks like an 8 sideways, like if it's on its back. And it's such a beautiful symbol that we are all accustomed to, that we sometimes draw unconsciously. Like it just feels natural to draw it because there's no beginning and no end, and it does represent this beautiful flow of nature. There's life, and then there's death, there's a beginning, and then there's a start, and we don't know at which point, like as an example, in the day we can't really tell when it is still the day and then when it is still the night. There's a beautiful transition that happens, but there's some points, like one of the things not often talked about the infinity symbol is that there's intersection points, and these intersection points sometimes in our lives can be felt as crisis. It's like there's a moment where everything is merged. We have the two possibilities. There's new beginnings and endings. And like to maybe broaden up the topic for the viewers so that they can think about this later. This really, for me, this generation, this era in which we live, feels like we are on that intersection point in history. We are at the dawn of something new, but there is still things crumbling and falling apart. So it can feel weird and awkward and uncomfortable, but let's trust the process. That's what I tell myself. We need to just trust the process and allow this flow to happen, because eventually this cycle will re-energize and re-empower itself again, and that's how it has always been.
I love it. That's so key. I looked up the word infinity, and it's Latin for infinitas, which means unbounded. And I have another picture to share with you. This is one of my paintings that's not done yet. There's an infinity.
Oh, I love the colors.
My favorite color is royal purple.
I love it.
And just so people can see, it's an infinity symbol, which like Fatima mentioned is the sideways number 8. And this was another one that just came to me. I don't really know why, but what I've learned in my training with biogeometry, I don't know if you're familiar with that, which is basically the energy of energy qualities that, many of us think of energy and matter, but to our discussion today, that shape determines function, determines energy. I mean, like my example of the walnut, it's like, that's why yoga has been so successful in practice for thousands of years, because you're basically putting your body into a shape of an antenna to receive and transmit certain energy. I mean, the pyramids are energy, that triangle, right? I mean, it's all about energy, and we're just not told how shape determines function and energy. So my point is that biogeometry training taught me about the infinity sign, which is very interesting, is because it's eternal and it's connected to the divine, obviously, that the training is that it's not a good idea to even think about the past, because even if it's a good memory, because you're going against the natural flow. So whenever you do, or even if you have just an upsetting thought for that matter, you can actually visualize the infinity sign, and that clears your energy and helps balance. Yeah, it's a really interesting concept I love it. I've only heard with biogeometry training, but it's funny because the basis of biogeometry training, which was founded by the most amazing reincarnated pharaoh, Ibrahim Karim, who I'm going to have on my show once his book is done. He's the one that founded the whole thing, but he actually is the one that talks about how the shape of information and these symbols and all these things are actually determining our reception to things in life and our transmission to things in life. So just wanted to share that about the infinity. I didn't know that about infinity.